Yes, let me show you guys that. There we go. Baltune and Sass on Chinese and Mongols. Dyusuki and KJJ on English Japan. On the toll. Be very interesting. Another map created by Karyu. Thank you so much, mate. Maps are fantastic.
So,
Um,
and I could be wrong, isn't this the map where I saw this on Reddit, where this was just a weird spawn generation of a different map? Sakutra, right? And so
Sokotra, yeah.
Karyu, Sakutra, Kairu was kind of like, oh, that's a really cool spawn. Let me just recreate that spawn because it seemed kind of fun. Isn't that the history of this map?
Might be, I don't actually know, but if it is, it's wow, it's awesome actually.
Yeah, so
Seeing
I think it
something
was
that
that.
shouldn't happen, and you know what?
Yeah,
I'm creating that. Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, so I mean, again, if that is the case, what I think we're going to find when we go into this game in 3 minutes and 15 seconds is that there's going to be no fish. Maybe there's fish in the middle, not really sure. The Mongol pick is kind of curious here because Mongols, Dark Age aggression, you got the small sort of map here. I wonder if SAS is going to attempt to gain some momentum by tower rushing. Resources are going to be very limited. So Mongols might be able to do some Dark Age shenanigans and sort of get map control and sort of leverage that. But English, not a civ you can really do much to in Dark Age. And Japanese, you can, but English can maybe come over and defend any sort of tower rush because maybe they spawn close enough. Like I said, this is my first time seeing this map. But if there's fish in the middle, Mongols suddenly becomes really powerful because of piracy.
Another interesting thing here: 3 out of 4 civs have very powerful tower rushes on a tiny map. And while we have some time, a little bit of a personal anecdote. Last season, just before it ended, on Socotra, I was trying to do a Rus Kremlin rush on their gold. Because it's just that nobody expects that. The gold is in the back. And it was working in Diamond.
It was
Um,
working?
it was
Interesting.
working. Because by the time they noticed, the Kremlin was way up. It was like it would be like a third or even half of the way through building, and I would build it right by a wood line with the workers close to the wood line. So it was a very awkward fight on their end. Um, and I could see the
Yeah.
gold from there. It was very strange.
So just real quick, I want to go back to a previous comment about tower rushing. So Baltune, are you implying that he could Barbican rush? Are you saying we could see a strategy that terrorizes Plastic League and
I
Gold
am
League players
implying,
everywhere?
I'm
Coming
implying
from
that I'm implying that the Barbican Rush can probably see a third of the whole map.
Oh, so viewers could get treated to a Plastic League build potentially executed at a pro level. I
No,
don't
no,
I don't know if
we
we really
might be
want
able to
people to see
see
this.
2 Plastic League builds executed at pro level because Sass's Tower Rush could be the nail in the coffin there. You could see another third of the map of the tower.
All right, listen, you just stabbed me in the back, all right? Mongols Tower Rush is not Plastic League. It's a legit
Yeah, okay,
strategy.
it's a legit strategy, yeah, but the Barbican Rush kind of isn't. Barbican
No,
Rush at pro level, not really a rush. It's used to defend resources in the center of the map. This map is so tiny, feels like it's gonna see about a third of the map.
it
Uh,
probably will, but we need to be careful, right? Because this could reverberate. Next thing you know, we could just see Barbican Rushes, gold, platinum, and diamond everywhere.
yeah, on the other
But
hand,
we're
we got a game. Let me select all players. Yeah, so in the color orange, yeah, Matt. Oh my god, this is amazing. So we have in the orange, it is a Baltune playing as the Chinese. In the color red, playing as the Mongols, it is Sass. Um, for team boiling oiling boil. Sorry, out of line there for me. Playing
I
for KJJ, it's Dyusuki, Twitch. Um, as the English, and in the Cyan, it is KJJ as the Japanese. Going for a dock, there are shoreline fish here. Yeah, I'm gonna... What do you think of this? What do you think of this, Liquid?
Oh, right off the rip, I'm looking at this going, we're getting dock play? There's no deep sea fish. So the middle here, and these players have clearly practiced on this map, they have some sort of a... This middle here suddenly becomes vital and important, and water. Like, I was just thinking, alright, they're not really going to care about the middle. They're going to play this as a land map, but no, they're playing this as a water map. And so we're going to get some shenanigans where attack ships are moving around to the backside of bases. A lot of these resources that you kind of see are close enough to the water where a springald ship or an archer ship or a galley could pester some of the villagers here. So, you know, a little bit of a interesting opening I didn't see coming with double dock. And now I'm kind of wondering, Mongols in the barracks, they're gonna shoot to the other side here, and they're gonna try to burn these docks down and give Baltune full control of the middle here.
They are, and do you know what I find interesting about this map?
Do tell.
There's the atoll part that is completely traversable, but also I think ships can move through here. Holy crap! Baltune has 22 sheep.
22.
It's amazing.
That is. Did he get all the sheep there? Did no
not
scout,
all of them, but almost all of them. So also you have these two trade posts, coastal trade posts, in very, very juicy positions. Whoever dominates water is in a very, very powerful position off the bat. Also another thing, tell me if you agree or not with me. A good barbican by Baltune here by the deer, close to the atoll. If they get there, using Sass's map control, if they get there, and he builds it right on the shoreline, it's gonna be massive. It's a good place to retreat to, and it grants you deer, which is a great source of food, of course, grants you a boar. Could be a great play there.
You can do a second boar pull, and then you can probably pull the third boar close enough where it's, you know, fairly safe. Maybe put a tower there to sort of gather out. So, yeah, I mean, I can absolutely see Baltune kind of trying to secure this middle here, right?
We're also seeing Dyusuki trying to... Oh, Dark Age Samurai, this is a Dark Age game!
It is, but I'm very curious as to why KJJ went with the Dark Age Samurai. It's well known and fairly notorious that Dark Age Samurai are not that good. They're good in feudal, they're better in castle, but Sass's spears could take this fight and win.
Against two samurai? They only have 100 health, so you're right on that one. We are seeing some landmarks getting thrown. We have an Abbey of Kings and an Imperial Academy. So sounds to me like Baltune wants to go Song. And with fish here, looks like you can totally do that. Okay, now we're having 6 spearmen against 3 samurai. Yeah, so still. With the 2-to-1 ratio, I think it's still pretty good for KJJ.
Yeah, but every samurai that comes out, remember, they cost 30 gold. So KJJ is that much further away from feudal age.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, good micro from KJJ. Almost takes down 1 spear. And Sass not really getting a ton of value. Sass already aging up with the deer stones, though. Going for trade, which is definitely an interesting option. Oh, I have to pause the game for a second there. Alright, let's go! Back into this one, using the Khan to attack the samurai. It's actually really effective for taking out the shield. Khan would have
War
dealt
junk on the way over.
1 damage. Yeah, war junk on the way over. Baltune and Sass seeing blood in the water. going right on in. Baltune is housed. Or he was housed. Come on, we have a big demo! Oh, if this demo gets the spears. Oh my god, spears. Oh man. Fishing ship going down to spears. Yeah, that's another interaction we forgot to take into account there. The land military and the fishing ships getting sniped. Oh, we're getting a Koga township. Yeah, the number of surprised people right now is 0.
Dyusuki needs to watch out. His villagers are within range.
One of them gets sniped.
A villager or two.
One of them gets sniped. What a disaster of an opening for KJJ here. Yeah, but they're getting kills on those on those spears, so not all is lost here. Okay, there's a Hulk here for Dyusuki with dealing a ton of damage. Oh, good demo, and that demo is gonna change everything.
Baltune forced back a little bit, but now that demo that Baltune has is just gonna sit here and wait for the next Springald ship that's gonna come out of Dyusuki's dock here. But Baltune does have to kind of pull back a little bit. He needs to heal up. His galley and his war junk and his junk are very badly injured.
Ooh, an archer ship for a demo. I don't mind that. Oh, but the Springald here with the explosive junk. Thought we might have seen something else.
Suicidal there. And now Sass is getting in on the water too. So I wonder if we're going to get piracy coming out from Sass, which is a very powerful Mongol tech. It's not too expensive. 50 food, 125 gold, but every time you sink an enemy ship, you get 25 wood and 25 gold. It could really, really boost your eco in these fights.
Oh, he didn't redeem piracy. Sass. Yeah, he didn't.
Not yet. He hasn't really had the gold for it. He does now. We have a Shinobi in action.
You have one of those ninjas.
Start poking at a villager, but we do have the junks kind of coming over and forcing the Shinobi away. Does get a disable on the dock, but nothing queued on the dock, so not the biggest issue. At the same token, you have Dyusuki's king starting to move out, and he's going to look for value. But Baltune and Sass, short term, have control of this waterway.
Yeah, but
very commandingly.
Well, much like last series, yeah, Springalds are devastating against ships. So I don't know if we get a game going into Castle Age. Maybe, I guess.
It looks like Baltune is about to claim the water here. Sass is moving his spears down to help burn down these docks, and the last of Dyusuki's ships have sort of kind of been cleaned up here by Baltune, and got a little bit of a fight going on. Spears versus samurai. They're hardened samurai now, but being assisted by Baltune's naval fleet here.
They're still gonna get cleaned up though.
King is raiding. Right now, currently in Baltune's base, trying to pick a Vil, but gets deterred by some Keshiks and some spears here. King's gonna run away though. He's faster than everyone. The Spearman chasing him though. That dude's moving. He's moving at 144 because he's boosted by Deerstones, or was. Catches up to the king though. Dyusuki may lose the king here if he doesn't realize.
And he does lose the king indeed. Otter always delivers discernment, it seems. This is so much action. Feels like AJJ and the Dyusuki stabilized for a second, but here comes another wave from Baltune.
And Sass, he's just using his docks to trade. He's making trade ships. He's going to the neutral. That's what Sass is doing.
Yeah, not a bad strategy. These neutrals, they're bringing in 19 gold per trip. are they trading to? One on the other side. And he's making another trade cog and then piracy? Ah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
like piracy. I like piracy. That sounded so weird out of context.
Yeah, it sounds like you're promoting, some illicit activities there. Nice little naval battle coming in here. Baltune clearly has a military lead here. Demos going in and just blowing up everywhere. Chaos, just annihilating Dyusuki's naval fleet right there. KJJ trying to get his demos to get some home runs here, but just getting sniped down by the galleys and archer ships. And again, Baltune's just domination of water very clearly showing right here. And SAS real soon is gonna have.
He's gonna have a
fun.
1-0 lead. That's what he's gonna have.
Yeah.
Because KJJ #1 just called it. Just called it. And losing water here feels like the map is so tiny that losing water like is just you're getting squeezed into like 2 tiles. This was an
Yeah,
amazing match.
it's a great map too, and what's interesting is I haven't. This is the first time I've seen it, but what SAS kind of did with those trade ships by putting a dock on the other side and he's trading on the other side to just get a tremendous amount of resources. Not only is it safe trade because they're not passing through the middle where all the combat's going, it's very effective trade. He was getting 61 gold per touch on those plus wood plus food, I believe. Just absolute eco boost right there. And Baltune, he focused on controlling the middle, and Baltune did that very well.
Yeah, I gotta say though, Baltune and SAS, you guys did your homework. That was well executed. The Dark Age is a little bit sloppy. I thought your opening was a little bit worse, but no, I was wrong. That was exactly what you guys needed. Delaying KJJ and especially Dyusuki as much as you could.
Yeah, and KJJ and Daikusi played really, really well. They just Baltune his IO eco boost with supervising lumber camps, just sort of he had more to play with. And he was able to get to feudal age first, get the first military ship onto the field, and I sort of felt like that propelled Baltune by just being able to draw first blood there. He was able to take down a couple early fishing ships. Just he parlayed that into more wins later on until eventually he had this commanding lead. And even though SAS never really joined him with naval ships in the middle, Baltune was formidable enough to kind of hold by himself for a while. SAS contributed with obviously the spears and burning a couple fishing ships and trying to take the dock down. But they had a plan. They executed it really well, Baltune and SAS, and they come away with the win.
Yeah. I think another point you didn't mention, and I thought we should. Baltune's water micro was amazing. In this last fight, KJJ had 5 demos, none of them connected. That was just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so Byzantine is a particularly powerful civ. They're a powerful fast castle civ. So we didn't see Sass use the Jiggly build against Jiggly, but it's very possible he could use the Jiggly build here.
Yeah, he didn't use it. He was forced into a lot of the Mitane, and then he used the jav throwers, if I'm correctly. He went jav throwers and camels, that mercenary line.
Correct. He did go with the javelin thrower, higher base damage, not as high attack speed as say longbows, but then you get the camels, which are very useful against cav civs that were on the other side of that matchup. But again, we'll kind of see Sass. Sass is comfortable playing infantry. He's comfortable playing cav. He's really comfortable playing any sort of composition. So we can see him go multiple ways. One thing I will say though is he's got to be overjoyed with this spawn. Holy smokes!
Yes, it is. Looking on it, it is in the color red. Boiling boil. Got it right this time. It is Sass. Interesting opener. Pulling one villager from food. Building build the house, the ones that I see, they pull one villager to build a cistern, then a house, then a mining camp. Those are details. He's gonna get it right. Anyway, in the color orange, pink is the Ayyubids. It is Baltune. Yeah, we already saw some Ayyubids masterclass from Baltune, except his management of berries, but let's let that go. For KJJ, we have Dyusuki in the yellow. Because the Abbasid is very powerful on the ladder these days. Everyone has got them as one of the more powerful civs out there. KJJ himself, with in the color pink with French. They can be the equalizer here. Knights in Feudal Age. Thank you. What are your thoughts on the map and match?
So first thing I'm just kind of looking at is just how defendable the gold is, right? So from KJJ's perspective, if he's going to go into early knights, he's going to want to raid the gold. And the gold is very easily defended. It's highly protected by those town centers, so you have to be very careful with, you know, how you attack the gold, because you're getting shot at by 2 town centers, depending on, you know, the angle you take. The other thing is, you've got a camel civ on the other side. Potentially camels coming from both players there. So over-investing in knights sometimes can be a little detrimental due to camel unease. One thing I can say about French, though, once they get their crossbows, the Arbaletier out, they become a formidable force. So it'll be very interesting to see the tech ups each player goes with here. Kind of looking at Baltune, I think we're going to get the Eco Wing is what I'm hoping.
No, reinforcements.
Yep, there we go, reinforcements. So he's choosing violence right out of the starting gate. And Abbasid is going with the economic wing. So they're gonna probably, my best guess, 2 TC into some camel archers here. No surprises coming out from SAS though. This Grand Winery spawn, this berry spawn, is as safe as it can be. So why not just get that olive oil and get a lot of mercenaries, which are very powerful.
I do have something I want to say. In this southeastern trade post, we have knights. Yeah, potentially in the mid game, this could happen. It's not gonna happen now, obviously. Just get sniped. But in the mid game, with some map control, we might see knights coming from SAS. It's always a great prospect.
So I'm looking at that and I'm saying, give me the horse archers. 360 olive oil to get some horse archers? 3 horse archers to be exact? That's really kind of powerful. And if you expect camel archers out of your opponent in Abbasid, all of a sudden, you know, those horse archers become a little bit more attractive. But you also could get longbows, right? You could go with a mass longbow type comp here. Byzantine, very powerful of a civ.
Very powerful and very versatile, and that's definitely one of their strengths with the mercenaries. And Byzantine games, they're always a bit of like a box of chocolates, you know. You don't exactly know what's coming from them, but you can see the box, you know what the possibilities are. And you know a little bit what you're gonna get, but you don't. It's always fun to see. Okay, we're getting immediate Fertile Crescent. This screams second and third TCs. With 6 workers, I'm guessing that we're gonna get 2 extra TCs. Which I think is the meta right now, if I'm not mistaken.
It used to be 3 TCs. You'll still see it occasionally, but 2 TC into Camel Archers is kind of what you'd expect. And if you do the math, it's 2 TCs, right? Dyusuki gathered just enough stone to grab 2 TCs, and now he's moving over to collect the last little bit of wood that he needs to put that second town center down. The real question is, where is he going to put it? And Baltune being a menace to society, just sniping out the sheep, making sure that Dyusuki can't get them. And
that is evil. That is evil. Okay, the game is taking a lot of breaks here. I'm gonna pause. Barely.
Yeah, and that micro you just saw kind of come out of Baltune there, he used his scout to sort of block the charge, so his Desert Raider doesn't get hit with the charge. Another charge coming in, and he tries to, but unfortunately it's a miss to tank that charge. And now you got 2 Royal Knights on the field, so too many for Baltune to take. Desert Raiders perform insanely well against Royal Knights, but 2v1, never a good thing. And we've found the second town center.
We have indeed. Oh, look at these ugly ass walls. Oh. Trying to protect the gold from raids. Oh, that's one worker. 2 workers picked off, actually. Or no, just the one. So Baltune is already 1 worker behind. Not Baltune, sorry, Dyusuki.
Yeah, he's getting on 2 town centers, so it's not the end of the world. This Desert Raider's out of commission. He's got 2 HP. These Knights are probably going to just hunt him down and kill him. No big deal. Kind of looking at what Sass is doing. I like these walls. These walls make it impossible for KJJ to get a Knight in here and stop the fast castle. So Sass is going to put down his mercenary house.
Double fast castle, though.
We're getting cat chicks. We might have a Jigglypuff build, ladies and gentlemen.
We might. We also have an Eco-Wing growth coming from Baltune. And he actually remembered to save the berry bushes this time. Which is so good to see. So much food that he's not wasting. Yeah, and we are gonna get a Jigglypuff build. That's gonna be exciting to see.
It's not set in stone yet until he puts down his landmark. But I do think we're gearing towards that. The Keshiks tell me that. The Fast Castle tells me that. And so everyone back home can kind of see how menacing this build really is. And if it gets done to you on ladder, and you hate it, blame Jigglypuff. It's his build.
Yeah. Jigglypuff streams! So go to the stream and spam your hate. Also follow and maybe subscribe if you want to.
So now we got 4 Keshiks on the field, and they're looking to get any sort of value they can. Right on cue though, Dyusuki's coming out with these camel archers, and these camel archers are really powerful for a number of reasons. One, high base damage, fairly high attack speed at 138, but the fact is they move at 162. They just kite extremely well, and lower leagues you can pick them off with knights and you can kind of kill a couple of them, but at this level, good luck touching those guys. They're going to kite you to death, and that's why they're really powerful. And we got archery range.
Yes, they are. Also, on another note, Sass is aging up. Sister of the first hill, very tight to the PC. This feels like the Jiggly build.
It feels like the Jiggly build.
Oh, there's timing here for Dyusuki and KJJ, and it has to be now. They can get some damage on Baltune, maybe? I believe Baltune is right now... No, he's not actually collecting any relics, Baltune. Okay, we have military wing from Dyusuki. I like the military wing here, so he gets 2 camels for free. And he also has access to what I think are 2 of the most powerful techs in the whole game. You have boot camp, 15% health to all infantry. That's so powerful. Even their archers feel a little bit tanky there. And composite bows. I don't think composite bows gets made here. If archers get made. Agriculture also very powerful and locked because of ecoing. And that'll leave KJJ as the odd player out. Not aged up.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to see boot camp and composite bows come in, only because I think Dyusuki is going to go with the camel archer build. That's just my opinion. I'm a little curious though. Dyusuki, I don't see a lot of camel archers. I'm really only seeing that one. Am I missing something? Okay,
he aged up.
He
aged up. He had to save resources.
Yeah, I thought I would see a little bit more here. And Baltune sees the camel archers and immediately goes into veteran archers. And we have the cataphracts hitting the field. Sass has gone full Jiggly. this is going to be pretty disgusting here, because the only thing that can really sort of save you from the Jiggly build is spears. But Baltune's, he's got that covered. He's got veteran archers there. So Sass
Yeah,
is
again
gonna
going
look
for the archers. Yeah, and he's got the counter to the counter figured out. Yeah, so archers up against the spears that should come out to counter the cataphracts. It's a powerful build in the team game, especially.
Yeah, so the goal here of Sass is at a certain point he's going to look to just TC dive and murder villagers. And the idea is you can hide 15 villagers in your town center, and maybe 5 in a tower here or there. All the rest of your villagers, they're fair game. They got nowhere to hide and nowhere to run, and Sass is just going to look to kind of murder them.
Yeah, there's a lot of big supply lead here for Baltune and Sass, but less workers, which is to be expected, obviously. With the 2TC, we're having Baltune starting to wall off this northern section here. Camel Archer's good. 480 oil for 2. Oh, please.
Yeah, and, you know, Sass is just going to continue to pump cataphracts, continue to pump Keshiks, and keep this sort of, you know, cav comp, and Baltune is going to play, you know, sort of the anti-spear role, and make sure that Dyusuki can't start pumping spearmen, and also those archers perform very well against veteran camel archers. They trade in equal resources for the most part. So we do have a Manjanique coming down, which is going to probably be used to destroy buildings here. We have the first cav fight going, and just Sass absolutely just wiping these veteran royal knights out. A lot of them went down in that little scrum right there. Dyusuki is coming over with his camel archers, going to try to pick some off, but Baltune, right in step, comes over to kind of force those camel archers away.
The stats of these cataphracts are insane. 27 attack compared to the 24 of a knight. Same for armor, 360 health instead of 322, but that's after a plus 92 bonus from the tech. Of Sass, by the way, in Castle Age, these are veteran knights. So we're gonna try to destroy farms, maybe? Farms at 13 minutes? Oh man, I'd hate to be Baltune right now.
You mean Dyusuki?
Dyusuki, yeah, sorry.
These farms are all part of the build, right? Abbasid farms on Eco Wing are less expensive. And
they are, and you can take it to agriculture, which gives you 15% faster farms anyway. So that's pretty good, but also at 13 minutes starting your farms, it's so early. Hey, trying to pick berries up here in the north.
Dyusuki needs a lot of food. Remember, these veteran camel archers are 170 food. They're also 60 wood, but 170 wood. Or food, so it's very important to just kind of get a safe supply of food. But Baltune, using the Manjanique to just start wiping out the production of Dyusuki. The other thing he's kind of done is he's denied this forward wood line. Not the end of the world, because that second town center is on the back wood line and is fairly safe. But Dyusuki is going to lose everything that's pretty much forward of his base at this point in time.
Yeah, it feels that way. That house is not really long for this world at the 190 HP at the moment here. The good hold from Dyusuki and KJJ. Ooh, those 3 houses! Oh no, Dyusuki is gonna be so supply blocked. Oh, good hit there on the Manjanique, I should say. Good play there from Sass, but oh, look at that! The gold! They don't die! They are immortal! And if he gulps again, he's not gonna have a chance to gulp again. Man, so much value!
No, and these camel archers are putting in a ton of work. And KJJ's knights serving as the front line, and these camel archers doing 16 damage a shot to the cataphracts, but also reducing the cataphract's damage, which is so critical here.
It is critical. From 27 to 22 attack, that is a massive reduction.
Oh, KJJ might have done it. They've got the advantage here. Look at this. The Knights just destroyed Baltune's archers and crossbows. Jiggly, though, coming with some more cataphracts here. He's got a little bit more, but still can't take this fight. He's got to back off here, and now all of a sudden, Boiling Boil is on their back foot here. And Jiggly's build is sort of being exposed with a few weaknesses.
Yeah, military count is one of them, and limited gulps is another one.
But another thing you also have to remember about this fight is Dyusuki and KJJ are scaling better. Dyusuki's on 2 town centers. And now they're going to start pushing into Baltune's base here. Baltune's fully garrisoned. Knights tanking all the arrow fire. Going to start pulling back though, go off to heal. Cover the retreat of the camel archers, and KJJ and Dyusuki doing a lot of damage here, and Jiggly losing all his cataphracts.
Oh yeah, that's not good. And
kill.
I always hate it when knights are just under the town center forever.
Yeah, but KJJ and Dyusuki, they're gonna pull back now after taking a lot of losses, but dealing a lot of military damage. It's right there, and Baltune's gonna have to lick his wounds, right? Not a lot of military left after that one.
100%, and we look at the ego counts, and finally starting to see a big difference here. Dyusuki and KJJ way ahead of Baltune and Sass after this debacle. Gonna start clearing the sacred sites, which is again, but so I can give the Dalits even worse, but this is free gold. While you have them captured, it's always worth it to try and get them as soon as possible. Barring some situations where you're about to die, getting one of another unit instead of a monk is worth it. Oh, that was the unluckiest gulp. So he gulped on the end all of the guys selected for the cataphracts, and he gulped, and the gulp went to a cataphract that was very high on HP. Ooh,
yeah, now KJJ looking to assert map control with these knights here, and you kind of see Baltune going to outside resources. Camel Archer raid from Dyusuki coming in, killing a couple villagers, but Baltune's now on 2 town centers, so he's going to try to equalize the economy count. But unfortunately, on the other side, KJJ is applying a lot of pressure. A lot of knights. But these cataphracts are performing really well, but here comes the camel archers, and they might lose this right side here. I don't think they have enough here to hold. This is a formidable force. Camel archers kiting the cataphracts on the other side, but only 3 of them. This fight's kind of going. Camel archers are going to move up and start picking at these cataphracts. Royal Knights going for the villagers. Gonna pick one off right there. Jiggly charges through. Still not enough here though. All these cataphracts are probably gonna go down. They're gonna be forced to retreat. Jiggly knows it. He pulls
they're
back.
Gulping. Not enough gulps. Nice aggression from Dyusuki and KJJ.
We might have a Jiggly Woololol, a desperate Woololol here from Jigglypuff. And all these camel archers,
make it happen, bruv.
Eventually gonna start being able to one-shot these cataphracts in large enough supply, and Baltune's eco is starting to get idled out here. He's got 15 just hiding in that town center here, and KJJ and Dyusuki are just laying claim to Baltune's base.
Yeah, Baltune cannot not mine his own resources here. He cannot farm. Can take that wood. Gold is expired, thankfully. And Baltune calls it, so we're gonna have game number 3. Yeah,
it's tied up 1-1. let me take a peek real quick. Ooh, so real quick, just kind of looking at that. If you take a look at the villager count right there, it's Dyusuki. He implemented the Eco Wing build into Camel Archers. Thas pulled off the Jiggly build, but those Camel Archers are just a menace to any sort of cav comp. Not only do they allow you to kite for a virtual eternity, they also give Camelonies to your opponent's cav. So all of Sass's Cataphracts, all of Sass's Keshiks were affected by Camelonies, and on the other side, you didn't really see a ton of camels come out from Baltune, so KJJ's Knights were sort of at full strength for most of that game. Baltune sort of went with that infantry comp right there, and you know, got caught out a little bit and lost a lot of his archers, lost a lot of his crossbows to KJJ's Knights, and that fight really, that early on fight, kind of dictated how the rest of this game would go. Dyusuki's eco just carried him.
Yeah. And those camel archers, they are very powerful. As we got to see them, and they scale so well. As you start getting many, they start taking better fights. The damage, the base damage output is really good. The support from KJJ was also really good with the Knights defending the Cataphracts, and yeah, it feels like the Cataphracts got a little bit exposed there. Not the 100% OP build we thought it was gonna be.
Looking at this, little jousting
guys. Yeah, Jousting Fields, a very unique map. Which we'll discuss in length during the game itself. As of right now,
cast the 2v2 tournament. Now we're playing the 1v1 map.
Basically, 2 1v1s here. This is probably going to be the hardest map to cast properly. Because there's going to be equal amounts of action on both lanes. So yeah, it's kind of like casting a MOBA. I don't know if you've ever seen MOBA casts, they miss action all. Should have cow in here.
Different points all across the map. It's going to be pretty crazy with both of our players facing off with their own separate 1v1s. Taking a look, we got Baltune south side here in orange as the Japanese right down the lane. He's going against KJJ as Joan of Arc. The bottom lane. Top lane, he's got Sass against Dyusuki. Sass being the Roos, Dyusuki as Zushi. So always an exciting map. There's always a chance for a comeback. I think some of the most interesting games I've casted on this, where one player gets kind of trounced in their own lane, and then his teammate wins his lane, and then there's a race to cut through the middle and decide the game that way.
And try to get units through, right?
Yeah.
Man, I really need a cough button. I'm sorry about that. So let's take a look at the map here. So we have 2 deers per player. These ones are looking really good for Baltune if he manages to get the map control. The forward gold, not a fan of. But everything else is pretty good.
With the distance to your opponent, that forward gold feels like it might hurt a little bit more on maps like this, especially when you're facing a very potentially aggressive Civ in Joan of Arc.
Yeah. I was gonna mention and I forgot, in Jousting Fields, trying to counter 1v1 civs with a 1v1 civ of your own, always a massive risk. You might not get the opponent you want on the other lane, on your lane. So, for example, if Baltune picked Japanese to try to counter Dyusuki Sushi, potentially, if he was last picking Civ. That would have backfired. I don't think that was the thinking at all, because these guys would know better, but for you guys at home, thing to think about. Alright, we have School of Cavalry going for JD. And for Baltune here, we have Crew Storehouse. So, yeah. Tell me news, huh?
Yeah.
On the other side.
I mean, no big surprise. You see that forward gold. There's no neutral markets to trade with, so that's totally going to be School of Cav. We'll take a look where that Meditation Gardens is going to hit. Those deer walking in the path, going to pick up those berries and scoop that entire little tiny wood line
and
into
the gold.
Its influence.
And the gold.
Yeah, it just... Yeah, taking a look at the graphic, it looks like it doesn't hit the gold, but its actual hitbox, you can see, will clip that gold, adding that to the Meditation Gardens.
All the berries.
You got Golden Gate for Sass, and yeah, the Cursed Storehouse for Baltune.
So yeah, wow, this is the best Meditation Gardens you could actually hope for. The only other meditation gardens, the only other meditation gardens I could see be even viable is next to the big wood line in the middle, where you could get the berries, maybe the stone, and a lot of this wood line, maybe. But yeah, this one is the best you could hope for.
It would be tricky, yeah, with all of these resources just so close to home. Yeah, it's Meditation Gardens doesn't need to be too far out to really get its value here.
No, it doesn't, and we have the first Royal Knight in queue going out in approximately 15 seconds. And we have a scout being annoying.
Yeah, so Joan of Arc also crossing the map. We do see tower coming up on the Japanese gold. 2 towers, in fact. See Joan of Arc crossing the map, as well as one of her villagers making the trek. So looking to really disrupt that Japanese gold. It being just so far forward here.
Oh, there's 2 towers there, though. I think there's space for... It has to be right there. Oh my god, that's the perfect tower, though. Ah, is it? Is it the...
it's not going to range the vills. Just outside of any villagers gathering on the Japanese side of the gold mine there.
But does Aeroslit
is working, putting that up. Yeah, arrow slit upgrade will add that additional range.
Yeah, very interesting. Tower rushing is Joan of Arc. That's just... That doesn't really
it's so fun to see against Japanese. I saw it before in King of the Rockies. A really cool play there. Oh! KJJ losing a Vill on the tower. You can see Baltune's tower able to range the Vills building that tower. Outpost is not going to go up. It might if Joan can dip in there for a second. But that outpost is in trouble. We'll see if Joan can brave the arrow fire. Get the last few hammers on that. And it will go up. Joan looking to repair now.
Arrow slits on the Japanese outposts. It was very massive.
Look at that. Just enough range to cover that villager building it. Joan has found a little position where she can repair. And we do see arrow slits coming in for Joan of Arc. Let's take a look at the north side of the map. We got Meditation Gardens going at 30 food. We got 10 wood, 21 gold coming out of that one. And a second town center for Sass as the Roos. Building that right on those deer packs.
Those deer packs, yeah. Before we move along with the cast, thank you so much for the raid, Lash. Thank you. I hope you had a good stream. In the meantime, we have game number 3 of this Best of 5 series. On Jousting Fields, this outpost about to get fortified. So yeah, this gold feels unreachable, and if you wanted the fast castle, Baltune, you're gonna have to build a market.
Yeah, you can see the KJJ taking a knight, sticking it at the other gold mine. It looks like Joan of Arc has picked up the bow. That'll be her path in this game. Second town center complete for Sass. So it looks like the top lane is going to be more eco-focused, and we've already got some aggression in the bottom lane. Joan of Arc looking to deny that Japanese gold.
Yeah, there you go. There's the market. Baltune will be able to get his castle age up. Ah, he's missing 2 gold. That's so unfortunate.
Ooh, yeah, had to sell the food. Now it's short food. Now he's able to castle. There is the floating gate.
Yeah, looking here in the north lane, nothing's going on. Feels like this is going to be a 2TC, somewhat fast of a castle. Or a slow fast castle, like I sometimes call it.
Medium castle. Yeah, we do see Sass sending over a scout, a couple of spears across the middle of the map. Looking potentially for some harassment. You do see Dyusuki dropping the Jeanne tower, mining a bunch of stone, looking for additional town centers himself.
Yeah, we have raids here trying to come from KJJ. Not really. Oh, he is being successful. If anything, is trying to force Baltune to really stretch his APM. Oh, we're gonna get that conversion. No way you escape.
Oh, Shell Monk able to pick up a spear. Spear almost takes out the scout as well. But that traitor spearman at low health gonna be picked off. 3 relics now for Zushi. Second TC on the way.
Second TC coming up. So fast castle into getting 3 relics in the second TC. I like this. This is maximizing for Dyusuki, maximizing the potential of Sushi. Now Baltune is castle age. What can Baltune really do? Oh no, he's
trying to just play it close. He's prevented Joan from doing too much damage so far. Also able to pick off one of Joan's villagers with the arrow slit tower earlier. Knights and Joan not really able to get in and find a target though. It's a very compact Japanese base.
Oh, look at that wall from Sass. Already.
Yep.
Damn.
He's looking to eco up on his side.
I thought the
both
Great
players
Wall
on the top,
was
very
Chinese.
economy focused.
The 2 arrows to the towers are still firing at each other. It's awesome to see.
They're shooting their shots.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Jugunu on the side of Dyusuki. Yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting dynamic here because Sushi doesn't really have. They don't have archers. The archers have that bonus damage against light units, and the Jugunu don't. So in high numbers, Jugunu do really well. In low numbers, they do good, but not fantastic. We're getting the high
see how
trade
that
house.
plays out. Do you have a keep drop now? Keep coming up to protect the deer for Zushi's legacy. Sass dropping his high trade house in a really nice spot. Those pings, I keep looking at those 2 towers shooting at each other, thinking there's some action, but no, it's the game reminding me that those towers still exist. And it looks like a couple of Jugnus and the monks gonna push back Sass's spearmen.
Yeah, it looks like there's gonna be an attempted attack, but it's gonna get pushed off. So
one thing about this map, do want to talk about now that everybody's up and just about into castle at this point. There are 3 relics on each side. Dyusuki able to swipe the 3 on his side, and with just the map control KJJ has on the bottom, I wouldn't be surprised if Joan pulls out at least 2 of them.
Yeah, that seems like it's a very achievable goal. Seems to me also. Yeah, I want to see how much this 104. That's a good one. 99 trees, yeah, I'll take it. Looks to me like
very
Sass
nice
is also,
high trade house.
Yeah, Sass is trying to take the wood from the center. Great play. So if you take the wood from the center, you can start trading, number one. And you can go and save your teammate, number two. You can actually employ some teamwork. Because right now, this has been 2 1v1s. In KJJ versus Baltune and Sass versus Dyusuki. And great entertainment, but I'm pretty sure they want to use teamwork to get out of whatever messes they're in.
Yeah,
try
for
to progress
sure.
the game state.
I think Baltune would appreciate some assistance from his teammate. He's content to just mass up spearmen at this point. Joan of Arc now coming out to claim the bottom sacred site. So that'll actually trigger the timer once that's captured and force some sort of response from Baltune and Sass over the next 10 minutes. And
So,
right as I say that,
Oh
Sass
my.
decaps the top one. So, you know what? They lose the top, they'll gain the bottom.
Yeah. Looks
It'll
like also
switch like that.
Baltune is getting a relic. Very interesting that Baltune is able to do it.
Yeah, able to sneak that out. No knight to protect that relic. So Baltune come in, just yoink that out of there, get one on his side. So it is currently 3-1 on the relics between the teams. No play from Joan quite yet on the relics. I do see a monastery, but that relic near her base not picked up quite yet.
Monastery not working as well. Looks like this monastery, you need some place to pray, right? Go to church at. It doesn't quite
Yeah,
fulfill
you
any of
need
the purpose.
You're Joan. You need the protection of God here. Sass with a couple of raid attempts. He had some horse archers in the back, but he just let his units get kited around that keep, trying to get some damage in on Dyusuki's vills. But the keep just shuts all of that down.
Yeah, he has to do something, because you look at the Dyusuki's economy. It's not just the workers, it's the relics as well. He's had them for a long time, so he's been benefiting. On KJJ, the other end, on the other side, I don't like this. His army is just so uniform. He's making knights only.
Very knight-centric, and the Japanese going very spear-centric here. So that will force KJJ back. Can't engage into this massive spears right now. Jonah Arc squeaking out there with 35 HP. She's going to live to fight another day. And Baltune able to finally take down that pesky outpost that was denying his gold.
Yeah, alright,
Now
so
we get an
KJJ
engagement on the top.
KJJ not really. He's adding more stables. Like, I like it, but I'm okay, so yeah, like they're not even working to sneak through the middle, right? Because they sneak through the middle, Dyusuki comes in with his Juganoos. That's a very good fight there into the spears. But then you also
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Just committing to knights, more knights.
or
Because the
Knights.com.
Japanese fielding, yeah, Spears and Onimusha.
It's a real website, by the way.
Well, it looks like on the top lane, Dyusuki preventing Sass from getting down another layer of walls, gonna prevent a keep from going down. Now pushing into a wooden fortress. Do you see a Mangonel looking to disrupt those crossbows and those palace guards? Doing a little bit of damage, but that outpost is not gonna hold. Units coming forward to engage. And there's an engagement on the south side of the map, too. You were talking about it, Jones. There's chaos everywhere.
Yeah, chaos everywhere, very hard to follow because we have two big fights happening at the same time. And we need a chaos overlay. Gotta teach us how to do it, buddy.
Dyusuki seems to be doing a good job up top. Taking a look at the fight down south. See, Joan is finally hit level 3. There are just so many Onimusha, though, in the mix, dealing their bonus damage against the Royal Knights. There are enough Royal Knights to outmass the spears at this point, but with the kiting from the Onimusha, Baltune can just focus on picking off those knights that give chase.
Oh,
see Onimusha just turn around, snipe one. Yeah.
Dyusuki did not limit himself to 2 TCs, he made a 3rd. So yeah, he's maintaining his pressure while going triple town center. This is insane.
Sass certainly under a lot of pressure. We do see it's gonna be a little bit longer before that chop through actually takes effect. Now I know this map was played a lot more before that change to how wood lines can be chopped through. Now you do need to harvest the entire resource before you can move your units onto it. So chop throughs are gonna be a lot more delayed than they used to be on this map, where you could, if your teammate really needed assistance, you could micro those vills for a faster chop through and provide that assistance. But now you just kind of have to wait for those vills to take all of the resources off of those trees before you can help.
Yeah, also another interesting thing just happened. No gold for KJJ. Okay, he has 900 in the bank. Oh, he's trading. He's trading, and by trading I mean using the market. Dyusuki, on the other hand, is retreating. What is this? What is this penis-shaped wall?
Just a little bump in the wall. Baltune, though, is doing a good job of just thinning out the number of Royal Knights. Between that and denying the golds, I mean, this hurts more for Jeanne every time she loses a Royal Knight. Looks like the spear's going to be cleaned up, but Onimusha, kind of MVP unit of Baltune right now, able to prevent KJJ from really building up a terrifying army of knights. And I don't see any other production buildings from KJJ, so it's likely still just going to be knights, and more knights for the French.
Do you know who's the MVP of this game?
Who's the MVP of this game?
Is that wolf killing KJJ's villagers? Ah, he noticed.
Oh no!
Two villagers died. 2 villagers died to the wolf.
Oh, Mother Nature demands a sacrifice.
There's no Aztecs in this game. Oh, we're gonna have a French keep. Oh, I don't think it goes up.
It's not gonna go. I don't think these knights can hold. Some are distracted by the spears, but the Onimusha just continue to do a great job hiding some of the knights, breaking up the numbers and picking them off one by one. We'll see what happens now. Looks like there are enough villagers in place to get that keep up. Baltune looking to retreat at this point. So KJJ will be able to secure a gold, but we've got a big engagement up top now. Dyusuki putting the pressure on, running in with crossbows, running in with palace guards and spears, forcing the Rus behind the walls. A couple of mangonels on the other side to try to deal some damage. One shot goes off. It does connect, and Sass is up to the Imperial Age with a high armory.
And immediately getting siege crew training, so set up and tear down speed of Mangies, Trebs, and Bombards is instant, which is an amazing tech.
That's pretty good. We do see Dyusuki just keep creeping across, gonna drop a keep, trying to deny and secure that gold in the middle of the top lane there. Baltune now with walls coming down.
Going Gimp as well.
Potentially cut off the movement of those Royal Knights.
Dyusuki going Gimp as well with Sushi's library. Wow, this is a great tech switch from KJJ going into Horsemen like this. The Horsemen are really good at countering the Onimusha. In a way, they counter, but they're still countered by spears. So you need something else here. Okay, so
thinking I'd like a ranged unit, but no archery ranges. Another stable coming up for KJJ.
Yeah, that's been working out well. Let's keep going. But as I was saying, social library here for KJJ. A lot of decks here. Those decks. This one is expensive. The Cloud of Terror. Adds area of effect damage to bombards, but the other decks are pretty inexpensive for the stage of the game. A big fight here for Dyusuki.
Engagement in the north, yeah. Near that Zushi Keep, double mangonels in the back for Sass. You see those Streltsy out onto the field now. Dyusuki running back to the safety of the keep, but a couple of villagers were just held forward. And they may be picked off. Two look like are going to escape with their lives. Bombard now in place for Sass. Going to look to take down those static defenses. Mangonels helping out as well. As the outpost crumbles, Bombard moves up. Start looking at the keep. Meanwhile,
Bombard
on the
was
south
attacking.
side,
The Bombard
have
was
an
attacking the
engagement
wrong
here.
thing. We might
oh
have a
no,
fight
that
here in the
yeah,
south.
you're right. That Bombard is asleep.
Oh, Baltune trying to attack. That is a decent move. Not into the keep though, so he has to be careful. Oh, he's going to the keep anyway. No, he's retreating. We keep up the assault. This is so hard to observe. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, there's stuff going on in the north, in the south. Yeah, so that Bombard never actually targets the keep, letting Dyusuki. Oh, now it's starting to. Dyusuki doing a good job of repairing that. You see a Trebuchet firing on the Bombard, trying to do some damage. Sass bringing a couple vills forward, start mining. But they are in range of the keep, unfortunately.
Did he take... Oh, he didn't take Cloud of Terror, but that was a great shot from... By the keep there, keep with the cannon emplacement, of course. Big,
Two for the
big
price
push.
of one. Now Dyusuki moving forward here. And we'll see how the micro with the mangoes works out for Sass. Looking to keep those Streltsy alive. Looking to get those rocks down onto the crossbowmen here. Try to thin out those numbers. See what he can do without getting too close to that keep. It looks like he's going to push up into it. Both Bombards now moving forward. See if they start doing damage to that keep. Shots fired. 2 vills, 3 vills repairing the keep, but that's not going to be enough against 3 Bombards.
Oh, but so much army for Dyusuki. It's gonna be tough to hold. Looks like we have a connection here between Sass and Baltune. Oh, 2 TCs dropped on the wood. I like this Baltune. I like this a lot. And a TC dropped by KJJ in the wood line. But yeah, Baltune and Sass are connected first. Baltune could go to Imp right now. Let's see what he tries to do.
Yeah, he's got that gunsmith on the way. Should be completed shortly. Sass now able to repel the defenses from Dyusuki. Looking to start massing up outside of the Zushi base. Taking a couple of Bombards over. Looking to disrupt those gold mines. Able to take out the outposts. We'll see if they target the vills, target the mine. Mine is down. Villagers know what's up. They are looking to get out of here. A couple of horsemen going over to try to pick up stragglers, but they're not going to find anything. Those vills will get to safety.
Yeah, we potentially have a big fight here in the south. No, there's not. And the game, all of a sudden, halts a little bit. Oh, nice repairs there on the Bombard cannon. I think Dyusuki is moving in for a major push. And I think now they're connected. You're seeing some trade started, which is definitely smart.
Looks like there may be an engagement topside here. Dyusuki looking to move out. Sass on the retreat, trying to throw up some walls and claim half of the map here. Walls are underway, but Dyusuki moving up to challenge. Certainly looks like he has the numbers advantage here. We will see if those bombards will hold. I do love seeing the trebuchets used as a counter siege here. But SAS just does not have the military. Dyusuki's going to force all of that back at this point. SAS, though, a couple of raiding units into Dyusuki's farm.
Yeah, looks like the trebs are sprinkles at home, right? Alright, it's nice seeing these players send resources to one another. Oh, we're getting a Red Palace! Oh, we're getting horsemen and knights pushing! Oh, but I think
KJJ, yeah, broken through the top. Looking to add to the pressure on SAS here. We'll see what the response from Baltune's going to be. Going to be able to take out KJJ's keep. And now potentially looking at KJJ's base. Teal Army is topside, not home to defend. Red Palace on the way. Won't be denied with this many villagers building it. We'll see if that'll be enough to hold off.
But 2 keeps there, one of them being the Red Palace, a little bit too much. Oh, and the push is held. But on the other side, it's 2v1.
Unfortunately, Baltune doesn't really have a good angle to break into KJJ's base. The defense is too strong with the Red Palace, so KJJ's army can afford to be topside here for the push onto SAS.
Oh, nice labyrinth SAS is creating. Oh, he keeps doing it.
Broken through on the south side. So they're going to try to disrupt as much as they can from the French economy. But SAS is under the gun here.
So, SAS and the KJJ are dead. Okay, we're getting more siege here. So this is getting fought back, slowly. But on the other side, the economy for KJJ, not really starting to fall though. KJJ doing a good job keeping numbers alive.
Yeah, and those Japanese units, they're just spearmen. I mean, they're torching down the monastery for some eco damage. But they're not fast enough really to get in the back and harass all the farms that KJJ has.
Yeah, maybe he needs to bring some of those Onimushas over. On the other hand, here in the north, we have a tower annoying villagers. We have a big fight in the center, big Maggie shots. Oh, and those traps are getting a lot of value.
Yeah,
despite
SAS holding on up north. And I'm looking for where that mass of KJJ's knights ended up. I don't know if they all died in that attack. You do see a bunch in the back of SAS's base looking for raiding targets, but they are being chased out. Meanwhile, Baltune in the center, able to stop KJJ from mining from that large gold vein. And... ooh,
the knights were in the trade. The knights were in the trade. This is terrible. But okay, they've defended. Let's see how many traders there are. 27 traders in total. That's not terrible.
Yeah, it's still a good amount there. SAS, though, looking to move forward now into Dyusuki's base. Dyusuki trying to get that keep up, trying to defend that position. We will see if there are enough palace guards, and the keep does get denied. Dyusuki not going to commit to it. He's going to bring his villagers back into safety. SAS continuing the push into the Zushi base.
Wow, and this is more balanced than it should have been.
Yeah, SAS did such a good job to hold on the 2-on-1 attack there. Really able to push up into the Zushi base. Enough bombards with that group of units to take out the keeps. And with that, Baltune and Sass have started the Sacred Site timer.
Yeah, it was just a big feat here, and it's gonna be really important. Big messy fight here in the center. Mangonels are putting up a lot of work. They should target that range. Oh, there we go. What a beautiful shot.
It's looking absolutely brutal right now. You can see Baltune's moved up some Onimusha to help out in this push. Mangonels keep shooting down Dyusuki, being forced back and back and back.
Yeah, we have now more action going. And that Imperial official
a couple of men at
is
arms
dead.
in the woodline of Dyusuki to the north. There are quite a few dead vills. I think Dyusuki's going to lose all of those villagers there. Just focused on the defense of his main base here. Some reinforcements from KJJ coming in. See some knights and horsemen. Joan of Arc herself on the battlefield, looking to hold. Mangonel still getting value every shot. Bombards coming out. Horsemen coming around. The new anti-siege unit trying to get on those Mangonels and Bombards. There are spears, though, surrounding that siege. Horsemen can't do much.
No, they can't. What a fight. Yeah, I don't know how KJJ comes back from this.
And Joan of Arc has been defeated on the field of battle. And Sass, just a huge army advantage right now on this push into Dyusuki's base. See KJJ trying to help out, but doesn't have enough units, and KJJ #1 are thrown in the towel.
And they're calling it. So it's gonna be match point for Oiling Boyle.
Yeah, match point coming up in this next game of this best of 5.
Yeah, let's look at the military count, and you can see it clearly at the end where Dyusuki's game plan failed him, but they were ahead. They were ahead in the mid game. Really well played by Baltune and Sass. I think the biggest thing, though, Oiling Boyle traded. KJJ didn't. They really needed the gold in the end. Horsemen are really bad against the spears. They really needed knights, maybe some more crossbowmen, or a larger mass of crossbowmen, and after a while, just no more gold units.
Yeah, definitely gold starved by the end of it. Good opening from KJJ, but Baltune able to hold, play very defensively in that compact base, not letting Joan and her knights get much value in the early game besides denying that gold mine. And then KJJ committing to knights, Baltune with a perfect response of spears and Onimusha. And then on the north side, Dyusuki, fantastic eco, taking map control over the top lane for most of the game. Then came the time for the big push into Sass's base, but Sass able to hold on. And with that, Sass and Baltune able to run it back, destroy Dyusuki's base. KJJ was already in a tough spot from earlier Baltune raids, and that was the game.
Yeah, I'd love to see that elusive game number 5. So
I'd love to see it
51%
too.
cheering for Dyusuki, you know, just so that we might be able to see that.
I'm not saying who I'm cheering for because I am the most cursed caster, and whatever I say, the opposite will happen.
The opposite happens. Yeah. All right, so introducing the players in the orange trunks. Playing as the French, it is Baltune. His teammate in the red is Sass as the HRE. Very different teams from what we saw between the KJJ and the Real team, which was the other set that played this map. We have here in the green, Dyusuki as the HRE again. But instead on the other side, it's not French, it's Bruce for KJJ in the blue. Yeah, really, really nice to see. So everybody has been going Knight and non-Knight Civ, which definitely feels like it's been the meta. I haven't seen HRE yet today, and all of a sudden we get 2 HREs.
Breaking it out for Bohemia, yeah. We'll see how that works on this map. I don't think I've ever actually seen a 2v2 generation on this map before, but it does look similar enough to the 1v1 where you both every player kind of has their main base inside of a pocket of mountains. I know in 1v1s you can wall this fairly easily with the mountain ranges and how they connect, making this the slightly more closed map than your dry Arabia. Also, good to note that there's no neutral trading posts on this map, so players will have to make their own trade markets if they want to engage in trade.
Also for Byzantine players, no possibility of getting knights.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been of the trade posts. So one thing I was going to notice, you have a lot of mountains scattered throughout the map. Most of the gold is going to be in the center of the map. And you have these tiny prairie-like woodlines. This one is actually pretty good. And this one as well. I'm looking at Dyusuki's woodlines. Nice Aachen, by the way. Gets a lot of the woodline and berries.
Good Aachen there. I'm taking a look at the map. Yeah, all those resources focused towards the center. There's a few scattered here and there behind both teams' bases, but the fight is certainly going to be focused on the center of the map here. And let's take a look at the Aachen for SAS. Gonna just on that wood line.
What is the wood line on Baltune's base? Absolutely ridiculous. Forms almost a U there.
I know. Little pocket for that mountain to exist.
Yeah, right. Do you know who would love this wood line? I think Kanki would have had a Kanki-gasm. Looking at a wood line like this.
Certainly hide something right in there.
He would hide a tower in there or something. I missed the guy, man. He was so much fun.
Yeah. Shame about that nerf to woodcutting. Well, the other 2 landmarks we haven't talked about yet. Skula Cav, no surprise at all without those neutral trading posts. And
School of Cavalry, gasp!
Crazy, who would have guessed?
Yeah, right. So, and for KJJ, we have a Golden Gate. So the Golden Gate's very popular today, and 100% I understand why. It's not a dig or a diss at anybody. What I'm gonna say though, Kremlin and these 2 golds, like there's a bit of a high ground there. Kremlin could have also be good. Not questioning KJJ's decision here whatsoever. Golden Gate is a very good landmark. Just saying that if you have a position like this, the Kremlin is a very good option. It defends well, and you can use it on one of the on the tiny wood line to get the extra wood, or you could try to line up the back wood line. But one thing I noticed already about KJJ, so let me just mention this. You went for the very fast second hunting cabin. And yeah, getting 50 gold per minute, totally worth.
Yeah, that's nice. That is nice to get. All those to start increasing your gold income for that early night production. We do see the first one just about to pop out of the stable. The second one in the queue as well. So looks like KJJ gonna take a little more aggressive stance here in the feudal age. Baltune has his Royal Knight on the field as well. Focused on that really pesky scout that's been throwing torches at a gold mine for the past minute.
That scout is annoying.
He is forced to retreat.
Yeah, so we have a knight, 2 scouts. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw pro scouts. But nothing thus far.
It would be fun with all the pockets of deer on the map. I mean, you've got your large camps, but there are so many tiny deer camps making a line through the center of the map.
Yeah, Sass is building units here, and Dyusuki is going fast castle. It's gonna be an interesting dynamic for sure. I think they want to try to... Like, Sass and Baltune want to try to deal damage. Team Boiling Boil. By the way, the names on the overlay are flipped again.
Alright, I can fix that one.
Yeah, we're going Regnitz to nobody's surprise. Yeah, so there's a window here where Baltune and Sass can definitely deal damage. It's too late to try and prevent the FC here. It's not too late to try and kill like 5 or 6 workers and all of a sudden the game is very even. And it's definitely not too late to try and intercept those pesky prelates.
With the French knights, you can certainly get knights out onto those relics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the map from my count here.
Yeah, but here comes Baltune. The 4 knights here on the front. There's a spear for Sass. So big army here for Baltune and Sass. Yeah, this is... The timing has to be somewhere around now. Within 2 minutes.
Looking for the first pressure, and Baltune moving out towards that gold mine. Dyusuki's gonna see that, get those vills to safety. No damage there. A couple of knights for defense. The KJJ sent over to Dyusuki's base. And he's up into castle with that Regnance, training the first prelate out of there. And there are rams coming down for Sass outside of the green HRE's base.
Well, Ram really wants to prevent that gold from staying there. Don't forget, HRE has emergency repairs. And I do believe that this is connected. Well, this is gonna be a tall order, yeah, and the Dyusuki just dips. See if he has... he doesn't seem to have any prelates out on the map. He does have a knight, though, and these knights are pretty good.
Yeah, that ram moves in, pressure on the gold. Gonna be forced to find a different gold. Potentially one outside of the roost base. Not a lot of gold veins around for the HRE there. You can see Baltune and Sass doing a good job of just going around the outside looking for targets. KJJ trying to heist some deer. Those scouts are going to be caught by the French knights. Both scouts going down. Now it's Royal Knights against early knights here. It's not enough early knights to defend. So the HRE's knights jumping in, mixing it up here. Got a skirmish right outside the Aachen. Dyusuki just not able to field enough units, losing knights. And now the French knights into the fields around the Aachen. You can see archers now pressuring the HRE units. Oh, it doesn't look good for KJJ here. Oh, those HRE vills have nowhere to go. There's no escape. They're getting trapped behind the Regnants. It's an absolute massacre of HRE vills.
Ah, that hurts. 15 workers now for Dyusuki. You could not save anyone that couldn't go into the TC. And getting the extra army, definitely a great call.
Yeah. Oh, Team KJJ in such a tricky position here. They are facing match point. And the opening of this game, not looking good so far. Massive damage dealt by Oiling Boil to Dyusuki here.
And just look at the difference of supplies here. 20... 20 eco supply and almost 20 army supply.
Yeah, and with the presence that Baltune and Sass have had on the map, that Regnance just remains empty. And now French Knights into the Rus base here, picking off more vills on Team KJJ. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all.
Yeah, and
They're
Sass
holding on. They're facing
guaranteeing.
elimination.
Yeah, Sass trying to guarantee no more gold is getting picked up by Dyusuki. Of course, he's behind the base now of KJJ. Ooh, a couple of horsemen trying to raid. They pick off a villager here for Dyusuki. That's pretty good. Not game shattering or anything, but I'll take that over doing nothing.
Little victories, yeah.
Yeah, we lost, but I killed a villager. That's gonna be the mentality here.
Baltune pushing in with more Royal Knights. There are just not enough early Knights to defend against this. Push is going to continue into the Rus base. Now Spears coming from Sass to just put an end to those early Knights.
Oh my god, and another scout getting intercepted.
And that delivery getting cut off.
Deer. There are deer out there, but like you're stopping Uber Eats now. This is just...
Yeah. You can see a deer carcass all across the map. Scouts have been killed. Yeah, Baltune and Sass just keeping up the pressure. Another push coming in onto the Rus gold. Those vills able to get into the outpost in time. We got a Regnance Cathedral coming up for Sass as well.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. With 12 workers. So that's a lot of workers here. Let's get it up early. Workers from farms as well. So that's bold and risky. Now it is a lot of food. And KJJ and Dyusuki call tournament. That was an amazing series.
Yeah, not seeing any way back from that. I mean, the pressure was there. Baltune and Sass, great timing to attack the HRE right as they hit castle. Especially good on the tactics around Dyusuki's base. Picking off vills, not letting them expand out from their town center, and then with enough knights and armored units, able to just jump in, start tanking some TC fire, and a really nice pincer maneuver there to kill like 10, 15 villagers. And I think that spelled the end for Team KJJ at that point.
Yeah, that was not... They were doing okay at that point. And trust me, if Dyusuki has a little bit more time, instead of 3 or 4 nights, we're talking 8, 9, 10 nights. That's a good number to start fighting.
Yeah, it's just the timing of that attack right before Dyusuki could field enough knights, field anything to defend against that. Yeah, if you take a look at the villager count graph, it's rough.
Yeah, I was just there. That's a very ugly graph.
Yeah, it tells you all you really need to know about this last game here.
Yeah, that's really...
Congratulations to Team Oiling Boyle.
Yeah, very well deserved victory. They played a fantastic tournament. They brought it today, certainly. Beating
absolutely.
Beating Jigglypuff
and
Melody, that's pretty good. Beating Dyusuki and KJJ, they stepped it up a notch, and it showed. Fantastic
Yeah, they
match.
certainly did put up a fight. Game 2 there. Game 3, really awesome game on Jousting Fields. Full of action. And this last one on Bohemia. Timing push. Just close out that tournament.